All right, so here's the scenario. You're walking down the street and you're smoking a joint. Now, can you get busted here in Los Angeles? It's a perfect question for our Ask the Lawyer segment. Fox legal analyst Robin Sachs is with us, joining us with the answer to this question. And you know about this stuff because you have in the past.
Well, I've represented dispensaries before, but I've also been a prosecutor, so I put people in jail, although I never have, I guess is going to be the bottom line moral of the story.
All right, so the reality is there are hundreds of thousands, millions of people in L.A. County who smoke pot. So if they're out in public smoking pot, what would happen?
Well, first of all, you have to dissect. This is where I get a little lawyery on you. Because you have to
don't get too lawyery.
I'm going to try not to.
Ask a lawyer.
Because we are asking me. We have to dissect the situation. First of all, there's a difference in the law and reality between using pot, selling pot, transporting pot, and being under the influence. So cops could, for any one of those reasons, technically arrest you. But what is the real likely scenario? If you are transporting and selling, you are likely to get arrested. And that is, even with the Compassionate Use Act, still a crime.
So you're a 19-year-old and you're selling a little bit to a friend of yours. Is that selling?
That's selling.
Okay.
That's selling.
You're not a dealer in a dealer way.
What if they have one of those cards?
Well, and there's all the, I mean, you're asking both two different questions.
Okay.
So
one at a
time, children. First of all, how do they prove selling? Selling, they'll look at things like what are the denomination of bills in your pocket? Do you have more than one little baggie? Actually, I've seen cases where there have been, if there's multiple joints in the guy's pocket, that could be looked at as selling. But the reality is that if it's just a person walking down the street and they're smoking pot and it really has nothing to do with selling and they really have no interest in that person for another reason.
You don't have enough jails.
It isn't something. It's a $50 infraction, and I have never seen in my career a possession of pot or for use where it's under an ounce ever go to trial.
Because theoretically, you could walk into any club on the Sunset Strip on a Saturday night, arrest everybody.
Theoretically,
theoretically.
Right.
You're not going to do that.
But you know what the real goods are for pot? It's what cops really are looking at and why they are even talking to someone who's smoking pot is they use it as probable cause to see if they can find a way to search you to see if they can find
something else.
For something else.
So it's the gateway probable cause.
And you bring up the question of you got the card.
The card.
Yeah.
The card. That's a really good question. So if you say, listen, I have a card, can you still get arrested? The answer is yes, you can get arrested. The card is really a defense. It's not saying that you didn't do it. You actually still are smoking the pot, but what you have is a viable defense in court to say, listen, I have a card, it's authorized by law, it complies with the state law, and therefore, even though I was using it, I can defend against it.
If you have the card, you're only supposed to smoke at home?
Say that again?
You're only supposed to smoke at home with the card, not like anywhere in public?
No, you can technically smoke wherever. But the reality is you're not going to have cops walking by your house.
We got to go, but it leads us to the other thing. All of this is illegal because it's against the federal law. It doesn't matter what the California state law says, right?
That's right.
True.
That is true. But you also have to understand there's so much discretion, even before the Compassionate Use Act, where cops really, they're not really looking for the guy who's smoking a joint. They're looking for the big kahunas.
All right. If you have a legal question that you have not known who to ask, now you do. Post them for you. Oh, you're reading this.
Yes, I am.
Read it. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm reading it. So post them for me. Send me your questions on Facebook at Fox LA. I'm going to be answering your questions.
You must have written that because all the words were wrong.
I didn't read it. I don't write anything because, I don't do prompter.
I don't do prompter.
I don't do prompter.
I don't do prompter.
All right, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, what are you going to have for us?
The Danica effect. Do you know what I'm talking about? It has to do with a lot of money.
But a lot of